Hi friends, this is Ryan with Newable Building Sources back here in Peosta, Iowa on commercial ICF project. Finally making it back here, kind of swing around here. Today's plan is we are going to cut in some ICF Connect brackets for the wood floor system that goes into the ICF walls, as well as cut in a couple beam sections that are going to be flowing through this doorway over here, which let me show you, kind of over here in this opening here where we have got to connect that ICF wall to that ICF wall. So I'll give you kind of a step-by-step, play-by-play on how we're going to do. Make sure we pound that like button and subscribe button for the YouTube. Keep the questions coming, and I will provide the questions and answers via YouTube. So again, Ryan with Newable, stay tuned as we show you how to do some more important ICF work. And I'm coming back to you to talk about the step one of ICF bond beam installation. So ICF bond beams can be used for headers above garage doors, the headers above windows. When we're using concrete floor, the quad deck system, it's going to be the concrete beams. So as an ICF guy, what we want to do is we don't want to have steel beams come in here. We don't want to have to be at the mercy of anybody else. So we want to incorporate concrete beams or bond beams, headers ourselves. So I showed earlier kind of the area that we're looking. I'm going to flip the camera around here a little bit. And in step one, you're going to see it's all about marking and layout. It's important to understand the heights. In our particular case, we're looking to go 9 foot to the bottom of the beam. So I always kind of look at this as the picture time, Bill Cosby picture time to get your crayons and pencils kind of a thing. What we do in the ICF world is we use Sharpies and we use the foam. So all those marks right there, you see the top plates of the interior walls line up with the interior wall. The second mark there with the 9 on it, that is the bottom of the beam. The two marks that I've got here is the width of the wall laid out from that dimension to line up with that cavity right there. Over here on the wood wall, you see the lines with the X's. That is what will be the bottom of our beam and what everything sits on. So step one of bond beams. So all too often we're underutilizing them. These can be used in many, many areas to save time, save money, and not have to incorporate another building material. So stay tuned as we continue the process. But here's where we're at. We're at step two already. It's been probably 45 minutes in real time here. Half of that time was I had a coffee, I had to find the stuff and tromp through the snow. So it would have been a little bit quicker than that. But anyways, I flip it. There is the beam. We've got that set. So what we've got here is a 2x12. You can use a Luma beam, steel post, whatever you've got. We'll build a temporary wall underneath that. And then you'll see the 2x12 laying flat. That's actually flush with the ICF wall. You can see the ICF braces are kind of in there. What's tricky about this is we're on ice. It's a ice skating rink in here, so kind of slippery. So those plates are actually not connected to the floor, but we had them set pre-ice and weather, and we've got them screwed back in here to this interior wall to keep the bottom straight to hold the bracing. So that is step two, is the beam is in. Step three is going to be access, because we're actually going to stack the ICF wall, the 4 courses up that you can see up there on top of this thing. So I'm going to build a little platform in here to kind of carry those planks through. But again, step two is the actual temporary beam that goes underneath there to hold the concrete in. All right, stay tuned. And again, pound that subscribe button. Now, step 3 and 4 is kind of subjective. It's kind of like chicken or egg. It really comes down to the temporary shoring underneath the beam and or setting the foam. In my case, I like to set the foam so these guys can keep going with the steel, and I'll build the shoring here after a bit. But step 3 in our case is the ICF wall set. So you can see we've got the safety railings on. We've got the platform over here. Since this is two-sided, we'll have this brace on catching this side of the wall, and then as we extend back up, you can see we'll use 2x4s on this inside edge, which then this is nice because this connects our walk plank and our path then to the rest of the wall and the rest of the pour. So the next step here, kind of our ICF connects here. You can see that these are kind of cut into the foam there. Those are actually the ledger system for the roof. that sits on top of that wall, which is all shot in at 12 foot. These are held up an inch higher than the top plate that gets installed on top of this wall. But as we kind of browse around here, you can see all the other brackets are set there for the floor system as well. And as our bond beam carries through here, this is the demising wall set up between rooms here. That's kind of a tenant space, and this is the demising wall. So this will plane through here at the same plane, and those brackets that you can see over there will stick into this side of the wall for the floor. This all gets floor system. This side over here gets roof. So again, we're making good progress on our ICF bond beam. This is Ryan with Newable Building Sources, and let's go, people. Pound that like button and pound that subscribe.